the volume. Why is it so quiet? Hello? 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 Wait, maybe this way? Nope. What is happening? Maybe if I just yell and my microphone will be okay. The character looks like a dude? You look like a dude. Fuck you. What the freak? Why is it so quiet? The mask. Girl, I've always had the thick eyebrows. Hello? Did you not know that? Hold on. Hold on. Let me pull up the talking screen. Did you not know? Did you not know I have... Hold on. Everything's very loud and I'm very quiet. Why? It says it's peaking here, but not on my OBS. Hello? Is it limiter? Threshold? Well, turn down the threshold maybe. Okay, am I loud? No, it's still the same. Alright, that's interesting. I was like fiddling with my microphone settings earlier because I was moving it. Hold on. Have you never noticed my big eyebrows? Have you never noticed them this whole time? Hello? What is happening? You have never noticed these? They're very big. I feel like they're pretty obvious. What about now? Why is it not going? The audio like seems to not get better. Huh. Couldn't be this. There's no way it's this. That wouldn't make any. What? Wait. This is it? Okay, now I'm too loud. Hold on. Limiter. Back to -11. Okay, so I thought that this mixer specifically here was for like the voice effects, but apparently it's the whole thing, and I did not know that. Huh. You learn something new every day. I wonder if we can make the audio sound better with this then. Well. And you wanna know something else? I don't have a tail. I forgot to draw it when I made this. No tail. No tail. Oh, let me turn this down a little bit. I did not draw myself with a tail like a little idiot. Love the eye color, thank you. I forget where I grabbed it from. Oh yeah, my band-aids have patterns on them. And my line art has texture. Ooh, fancy. Fancy, fancy, fancy. I have legs too. Look, there they are. They're not very well drawn, so I never show them. If I had, I would redraw them. I usually draw legs pretty well, but it made me realize I've never drawn legs from like a face-forward standpoint. So I was like, ah, shoot. Anyway, well, now that we've talked about my eyebrows for 7 minutes, and theoretically my mic is fixed, I guess. It looks like more bouncy than usual. Does it sound okay? I don't know what monitor means. I can make my voice sound different though. You never noticed the cut ear either? What that? Have you ever looked at my model at any point in time? What's happening? Hello? Have you just never like looked at Mary? Have you just never looked at me? hello? Like... Yeah, it's got a little cut out of it because it helps me remember which era I'm mostly deaf in. Literally when I'm like trying to think of what era I'm deaf in, I like think about my model. I was focused on your gameplay. Oh my god, I'm a real gamer. Holy shit. Anyway. It's Ace Attorney time yet again, our favorite game. And once again, I don't know what's happening. This one. Okay, we're doing the trial without any knowledge. Yet again. Just like every single time. Every single week. It's just like this every single week. But I got a tasty chai latte that I made. And I got some water, not in a bottle, so at some point I will knock it over, assuredly. I've been having a lot of muscle spasms lately. It's because I've been playing too much Cookie Clicker, and I know why. Hey, Nick! What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Oh my god, there's too much pep in my step. The clown with fake booba? I don't think I think she's an Apollo Justice, is she not? I'm pretty sure that's Apollo Justice. I don't think that's this. If it's Phoenix Wright, it would be in this game. I don't think she is. Unless I'm like crazy. Well, it is a murder case. Oh, that's right. There's like a robbery and a murder. Was there a murder? There was a murder. And the security office has Larry, and he let the guy die because he wasn't paying attention, because he was thinking about titties. There's a guy who might be the Phantom Thief and thus did not commit the murder, but that's why he was trying to get arrested for the other crime, because he wants to make sure he's not arrested for the murder. That's all I remember. That's the most of the memory I have right now. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Oh. How did you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Admey's trial today. Detective Admey? They say they're going to try him as masked star to mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see masked star to mask trial. I know. Wait, why did I say I know? Who said that? Was that me? Did I say that? By the way, where's Pearls? Who said that? Is there a voice inside my head? Why was it red? Okay. Oh, she went back home. She says she can't neglect her I didn't do any speech warm-ups before this. Hold on. I'm not gonna do them now. I'm too embarrassed. Never mind. She can't neglect her training anymore. Who is this? I know you don't like me. Pearls has really gotten into her training lately, huh? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me. Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. But wait a sec. You don't mean... You're the murderer? No! I'm just a poor thief! No, wait. That's not right. Thief can't really be poor. Now let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heist. I think that, here's my thoughts, guys, and now I know I've played this game back in like 2008 or something. Here's my thoughts, here's what I think, alright? I think that, Mr. Luke Atme, the detective guy who's getting tried for being a thief, I think he's the murderer. And he was the one who's sending notes to this guy. So that way... I have no idea, actually. You know what? That doesn't make any sense. I don't have a motive. I still think that it was him. He's sending notes to this guy to set it up, because, and now he's using it as an alibi that he was a thief and not the guy who murdered. Nope, it makes no sense. Anyway. Do you think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible. Today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Why? Why? Why is it not an option? Phoenix, no! Why is it not an option? What what? Huh? Phoenix, I don't remember what happened last time. Please, you have to tell me why we're in a rush. I don't remember. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Am I? You're ready? Preparations, the last refuge of— What the fuck are you— Bro, I don't— Listen, alright? I found this— I was like, oh my god, he's mysterious. I can't see his eyes. He's just the precursor to Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. You know, he's got the piercings, he's got the vest. But now I'm like, oh my god, this guy— I would punch him. I want to punch him. Oh my god. Woo! Anyway. Preparations, the last refuge of the week. Okay. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. Ugh, he's got the judge in his palm of his hand. Yet again. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. What the hell are you saying? What are you saying? What is he saying? What is he talking about? I'm afraid I have no idea what the fuck that means, Mr. Godot. Ha! Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war. Love is war, like the hit Hasune Miku song. But that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? No, I have not a fucking single clue what the hell you mean. Well, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Have I ever done this before? This seems very helpful. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at a dead man. It's just, he looks goofy, okay? He looks goofy, he looks silly. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost the little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant. What the fuck is he talking about? I literally How did I? Whatever. Very well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness. Why is he shaking his head? Oh my god. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. But the first one is always the best. Mr. Godot, your witness? Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron DeLite, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but it sure isn't the first time, so why the hell am I asking? I remember when Mia was defending me, she allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. DeLite to... Hasn't the defense, like, testified, like, every single time? Hello? Am I misremembering the case? Hello? Ha! You've got guts, trite. Alright then, Mr. Ron DeLite. Please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. Huh? No. That's not true. One moment there. I thought we set the record for the shortest trial ever. Well, Mr. Light already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? You didn't kill Bullard. Why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. He's so cute. That evening around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'm working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. Oh wait, his wife is gonna see this trial and she's gonna know that, like, he lied. He lied and people died. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. It's bitter today too. Just like my destiny. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. I think we have to press, because I don't think he... I mean... We have, like, evidence, but it doesn't really... Whatever. We'll just press. We'll press. 1 a.m., huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit... 1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, correct? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. Do I just not know what he's saying because I don't drink coffee? Is that what's happening here? Like, do I need to drink coffee to understand what he's talking about? It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've got other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. Who hasn't gotten a blackmail letter? They'd say, like, steal this or... why don't you save those for later, Mr. DeLite? Please don't say any more. Now, what should I do? Well, let's press harder, why not? So what did the blackmail letter in question say? It said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing moida. Oh, but wait! I never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of. Important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha! Muddy Mudskipper in the outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. What? You know, I don't know what anyone's talking about anymore, actually. Just what were you being blackmailed? You're gonna have to talk about the fact that he is a thief, my guy. Like, it's gonna have to be revealed, because otherwise, like, I don't know how you're gonna win this. I'll be honest, Chief, just get it over with. The blackmailer said, if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it's referring to the whole master to mask thing, but I wasn't worried. Mr. Buller didn't have anything on me. He didn't. Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Miss Delight didn't believe he was Master to Mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. Yeah, and I'm a main shonen protagonist. Oh my god, I'm so sniffly. I've been cleaning like the entire day. And now my allergies are going crazy. Used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief, you? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? Perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject? Why was he fired? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well... The world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Offended? Oh, shit. Offended, please answer the question. I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the What is wrong with this man? Come again. KB Security has a lot of security info in all sorts of companies. Since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Buller found out and I was fired immediately. What? Wish I had never asked that. Something able to keep it secret made it seem like I'd quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You'd do well to remember that. He sure told you. So you admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. Well, he's not being tried for stealing, okay? Like, chill. Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what the thing about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. Can't believe it. This case has gotten even Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. I know you haven't dated anyone since... You know, that trial where your girlfriend tried to frame you for murder. But, you know, it's focus. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. If we don't find a way to make him spill the beans, we'll never get closer to the truth. Yeah. I guess I could probably press, which one was it? Was it this one? No. Oh, I guess I can only press it one time. Got it. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Well, okay. Shit, hold on, what? Wasn't there one that said... Oh, here we go. There was a threat. No, they are related! No, they're related! Look at the Huh? But it says in the letter, the letter says that if you don't, I'll take the red diamond you received the other day instead. You were clearly threatened. I don't want. Huh? Hold on, let me look at the side statements. Diagonal letter I got ordered me to go there. Evening around when I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office. Security blackmail letter I got ordered me to go there. Blackmail didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. I've been working for KV Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. He fired me for selling company secrets, but Daddy doesn't know about that. I'm just... It's just so confusing. Because... at 1 AM. I'm so confused. But like, Hey, my favorite pro. Listen, David. One, I'm not winning, but two, Cookie Clicker, I've now prestiged a few times, and I closed it so that way my computer wouldn't be overrunning. But let me tell you, alright? I have gotten up to making 1 septillion cookies per second, so I'm going pretty crazy with it. If I didn't say so myself. And I didn't say so myself. I almost screamed. I don't even know why. I just felt like screaming all of a sudden. This is confusing. This is very confusing because I feel like the blackmail letter, like I feel like it makes sense, but it didn't work. So I'm very confused. Ba ba ba. Hold on. Maybe I have to present a profile. I don't know though. I don't know what profile I would possibly present. What time did he say he went out? I don't remember. A damn thing. I'm so bad at this game. Okay. I only have one thought. I only have one thought. I didn't mean to press. I'm stupid. Yeah. Okay. This is literally the only thing I think of. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Okay, well, I'm out of ideas. Oh, you can't see the bar. Hold on, I just realized. Is stream labels? Is that what it's under? Whoops! Stop grabbing that! What the hell? Alright, let me lock these things. Oh, maybe it's locked. That's probably why. Hold on. Where is it? Stream labels. Yeah, it's locked. That's why I didn't move. You've seen things? What things have your eyes seen? Well, this is going really well. Okay, what chat option was it that I could press again? Or not press again, that it gave me the option to like talk about two things. Why he was fired and then what he did afterwards. my point. Humans are disgusting creatures. Are the most disgusting creatures to have ever existed. What did your eyes see? Oh my god. You were gone for like 3 minutes. What happened? My mom. Anyway. Didn't I already read this? Oh, it didn't. Is it? Well, didn't I read that? Am I going crazy? I definitely read the other part. Praying that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was mask-starred a mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over with once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason for me to pay up now a whole year later. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that Ron was stealing company data. Wonder if he would have had a problem if that ever became public knowledge? Yeah? Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as company data thief was made public. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by building your own client? Ha! Men are like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now come on. Provide some evidence to back up your assertion. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data stealing secret from going public? Easy. Easy, 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 easy. His waifu. Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Huh? What doesn't? I think you must have been scared. Very scared, even. Having a certain person find out your secret. Gulp. A certain person? In that time while I was gone, I've seen what the female body can do and I'm horrified. I'm so sorry. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Well, but I listen to me, my Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Grr, no. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used this dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about. Oh, No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that, or you'll be sorry. Or you'll be sorry. Why does he... Okay. Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife and he killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at this crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. At the CEO's office. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. I told you guys. I know it's him, I just don't know how or why. Suddenly I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that Master the Mask struck him on the head from behind. I love talking in a southern accent. I don't know why. It just fills me with great comfort and joy. I have to be honest with you guys. That's why when I get very upset, when I get very flustered, I tend to talk in a southern accent. And if I get upset and angry, I tend to talk like a New Yorker. I don't know why this is, and I don't know why I am the way that I am. I've never lived outside of New Jersey and New York, so I'm not really sure why the first thing came to be. But anyway, of course, since Amy turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that was a thing that had happened. Maybe the pieces are falling in place. No, they're not. I take it back. Who the fuck was at the art show then, huh? Oh, I guess maybe he could have changed the records? I don't know. Ha. No one's gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked. We'll find out if what you say is true or not during the cross-examination. Yes, that makes total sense, of course. The cross-examination. Yeah. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Shut the hell up, Pledge FNBCC! How do I delete chats? I always forget. Ban. Bye. Quinge. I think that I had to press about the thing where he said this thing protected his, like, him, but he didn't say what it was, but I know it's his mask, if I had to guess. Who was this suspicious shadow? There were 1,000 of me, and even if one knew, I'd tell you, trust me. His dodging all our His dodging of all our questions is not helping us win this case. Okay, then how was the victim Mr. Bullard at the time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I don't know! That's why I'm asking you! Your forehead. Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it's a fast and powerful hit, so I think I was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Delay even grasped what you are asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. What? The mid-2000s were a different time. That? Could you please clarify what you are referring to? Why, my Master Mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Master Mask? Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dress as Master Mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO, KB Security. What? Nick, do you know about this? He never told me this. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind. Ha. My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't just ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my Master Mask costume. Why were you dressed up as Master Mask? Why? Because I'm Master Mask, of course. What are you talking about? Master Mask trials literally being held next door. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I was being blackmailed over the Master Mask issue. So I thought I should go as him just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected. Took a lot longer? No. What do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. What? This man just commits crime after crime. Non-stop. He loves committing crimes. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's King! What are you doing, King? Oh my god, I can't stand it! Bruh. Why are my clients all idiots? What was that? Back up a second. Yes? You are the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable. Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When they take them off. I'm about to cry. I'm about to fucking cry. I'm in emotion. I'm in agony. As usual, I have no idea what you are fucking saying. Do you mean that Mr. Light hid the body because he's the murderer? Ha. So you're not as stupid as you look. His metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Well, yeah, sure. I remember that, I knew that. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? What is happening? Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony. Yes, sir. Uh-oh, looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. Took about 10 minutes, huh? Why'd you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in a... I hate this man! Bro, you know, if I was his lawyer, I'd be like, never mind. I know you didn't do it, but I'm giving up. I'm giving up. This is too stressful. You've committed like 18 other crimes. Okay? Like, forget murder. Now you are an accessory to murder. What is wrong with you? Oh my god. He's an accessory to murder. He's admitted for breaking and entering now because he broke open the safe. He stole data that he's now admitted to. He's admitted to being a thief. Like, hello, sir? You are now gonna be charged with like 5 other crimes. Hello? That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Ha. I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense than admitting to 4 other crimes. Hold on. 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? Spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh. Hey, Nick. If you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were? Okay, so I know if I had to guess, that's it. I'll take a look at the court record and present some evidence. Okay, because the button was pressed 2 minutes after, you know, he was attacked, right? So theoretically, Mr. Ron would be like, oh no, someone's gonna come and see me. So he wouldn't spend 10 minutes because he wouldn't know that Larry's out of his office. So I have to figure out where to present that. We heard from Mr. Light yesterday, didn't we? There's not much in his testimony either. I bet you he's still hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll just have to draw it out of him. Just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated. Okay, so I think that I have to present... I mean, I know that it is this, like the... Like, that's my guess. Yes! I'm goated. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? The record for the emergency buzzer that connects to the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, the security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? Mr. Rondelay truly was the murderer. He would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Oh wow, his voice is so deep. Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building. That makes no freaking sense, you idiot! Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as the chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But, as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser, who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend. It wasn't anywhere in the vicinity. It was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Ugh. Fine. Let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? No, he literally was knocked unconscious. Like, he was hit, and he probably has a concussion. And that's probably why he is the way he is now. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you saying? Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room! That's right. Whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. Order in the court! Mr. Wright, this is... This is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard. But then who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button. So Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What is your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? Did he? Well, was he wearing gloves? Because because there's no fingerprints on it, right? No fingerprints on it, which means he must have wiped them. But he would only wipe them if he knew the alarm had sounded. And if he knew the alarm had sounded, he wouldn't have stayed around to put the body in the thing. So... yeah, I can prove it. The defense's opinion is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. It wasn't the victim. Oh, so it's okay. But why would the killer do it? I mean, it could still be that he pressed it and they wiped the prints off, but I don't know why you would do that. I don't know, we'll just do it. I believe this piece of evidence, this is the piece of incontrovertible. Alright, SAT man. Evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. Please give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. Like the hit 2009 movie. I don't know when the movie came out. This button has no fingerprints on it. Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself. Naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind. What the? How do I do it? Is that the sound effect for that? Did I just break my microphone? I turned a little bit away so I wouldn't do that directly in the microphone, but I have a sneaking suspicion that I might have just popped it. Oh my god, I didn't even check the audio this entire time. I just left it as I usually would. That's funny. Whatever, it was fine. Oh wait. Rondelate obviously wiped them off. Why would he? Shit. Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. Defendant Mr. Delight was dressed as Masked Star to Mask. And Masked Star to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Wait, doesn't make any sense. Now I'm confused. Order! 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 Ha! It would seem. I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow-flavored coffee is. However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency button? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? Well, my guess is that they knew the guy was coming because they wrote the blackmail thing, and they thought that they could press it, and then a guard would come right as he showed up, right, and like be caught in the middle of the act. But I just don't understand why Phoenix was like, Masked Star to Mask wears gloves, and that's why there's no fingerprints on the thing, because that would imply that he pressed the buzzer. Why would? Whatever. What's with all this awkward silence all of a sudden? Ha. Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullard around 1 a.m. Mr. Delay just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place. Oh shit. And Mr. Delay just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? The killer- oh my god. The killer clobbered Mr. Bullard and then pressed the button. I don't know what it actually said. I just did not want to listen to that noise at all. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed, security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well then. Oh, so we've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency? I think it's to call the security. Well, it's obviously to call the security guard. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes, although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. Ha! What a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? Nope. No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron DeLay, who was out cold. And the 3rd person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron DeLay. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron DeLay as the murderer. Oh shit. For the murder. Whatever. Same difference. There you go. I did away from the mic that time. Although I don't think I did it as well. Order, order, order! Ha! It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually, you've been made to do a spit take. With a cup of coffee. With a cup of coffee! Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Master Maso. Nick, you mean the real killer is? We're going to drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. DeLight's identity, and they also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron DeLay for the murder of Kane Bullard? Okay, well, I'm going with the guy. The silhouette is literally him. Detective Luke at me. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective Luke at me. You mean Master Damas did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Damas at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. I'll make a decision on how I want to pronounce his name eventually. Order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself! Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime? That's not even close! Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime, subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Adme confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, famous detective was a masked as well. Master to Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty. Master to Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Master to Mask was Luke Atmey's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict as an alibi? That's what our client was trying to do as well, so... You know, it's almost time. For what? For Luke Atmey's verdict. It's a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. I didn't think that far ahead. Mr. Luke Atmey's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Light would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Ha! But it's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So, please. I'm begging you! Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Well, I'm gonna do it anyway, so whatever. Can I really risk your life for this? I sure can. Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. Mia! That voice sounds like... Mia! Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ha! So that's your answer, huh? Very well, I've decided as well. This court shall now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atmey to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. Mary being a savage. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Yeah. Oh my god, this fucking guy. Of course he's trying the other case, of course. Well, sir, Detective Atmey. Fuck, what a voice did I give this guy? I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective Atmey, you're the one who... Who the fuck is this guy? That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Luke Atmey. Stop! Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, well, Sir Lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser? Eh? Why is he suddenly newsy from the 1920s? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atmey. Accusation? You accuse Master to Mask? That man is not Master to Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? True. Real. Yes, I would like to see my progress up until this point. It's so funny that I look, it's 4-1, 4-1. It's funny. Of episode 2. Now it's 4-2, 4-2. Back. Oh, good night. My sis? Could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then she's still alive inside your heart. What do you mean? Did her ghost, like, was she exorcised? I don't remember that happening. Nicky boy. No, Miss Delight. Is it true that detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. He's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. Ahaha. I need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. Well, it's gonna happen later, I assure you. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Lugatme, please take the stand. Well, well, how do you do, sir lawyer? I think that's what the voice I gave him. I don't know. I would have never thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when I would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Start a Mask. I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Adme has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Start a Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. That's the oh! In the blackmail letter, it said he was gonna take the red diamond. So that means that our boy had the red diamond with him and he took it, right? Right? Huh? Ooh, I'm a genius. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Start a Mask? Of course. Very well then, look at me. Let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Adme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. Alibi. I was stealing the urn as a Start a Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. The photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. At the time at which the camera captured Start a Mask was the same time as the murder. It seems the main point of the discussion will be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great Start a Mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me. I have a verdict to receive. Hold it! Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. Idiot. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Ooh, you got him. Good comeback. Good comeback, Nick. You got him with that. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photograph is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I'm called Start a Mask. Except your nose can never fit in that mask, idiot. But conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean? Ha! Saying that this was not in fact Luke at me. That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Masked Artist to create an alibi. Oh ho! What an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think he had an alibi. I'm gonna say no. Luke Amy was at KB Security during the murder. Then the Masked Artist in this picture has to be fake. And it really was an accomplice. But right now I have no idea who it was. I don't have any idea right now either. Baseless objections are just what that guy wants. There's gotta be another way. And I'm going to find it. Because I think that the timestamp must have just been messed with. I don't know. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point, right? That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. Sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? What if the photo- wait. Hold on, I just want to check something. Because it doesn't say what day this photo was taken on. Right? I'm trying to think. The paint, when did it say the paint dried? It said it had been like a while, right? I'm trying to think. It's something to do with that, I'm sure of it. Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see, you truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Admin was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? If the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. It really does not. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. Say that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose. It was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. Oh yeah, because why would he was in charge of the system, so why would he let the photo be there? Ooh. We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melancholy. It's like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's gotta be something phony in that photo. I'm just gonna press this really fast. About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come on now. Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp of the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Fortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. So yeah, I better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false? It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the Masked Artist in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. I think the photo itself is. I just have to figure out what it is I need to present and when. But do we know that it was on the night of the crime? What did the, when Adrian dropped the urns box 2 weeks ago, she knocked over some paint. Two weeks ago. The paint was still there. I don't think I have anyone that could even be his accomplice, so it's definitely not that for sure. It's weird I can like look at the crime scene again. Came in the basement of the warehouse the day of the crime. Moved again that night. Because the Ami statue had to have been there. No. Because the box was dropped in the... Okay. So it was in the paint when there was no paint there. The statue was there when we came in, correct? Or was it not? I just know it has something to do with this paint. I'm like so sure. I'm so positive, but I just can't work out because I don't remember what the crime scene looked like because I don't remember what it looks like anymore. I just remember if the statue was there when we were there or not, because if it was there when we first showed up to the crime scene, then the statue would be in the photo. Hold on. Let me just look at this. And shouldn't there... No, that wouldn't make sense. That doesn't matter, because the paint's already there. I'm so sure. What it is, that is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. Showing you somewhere now. Means I could not have killed unless an accomplice. Come on, thing long for that night. The basement variation of the picture. Oh wait, this is different text, isn't it? Basement warehouse in this picture that supposedly captures it. It's got to be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? Yes, it's the pink, but I don't know how. I just know it is. Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. I took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. Oh wait, that's why I'm remembering the statue. The statue was there at the nighttime when we showed up. Yes, okay. Yes. That's why in my head I was seeing the statue. I was like, but there was no statue when we got there in the morning because it had been moved. Okay, I see. Very well, then let's hear what you have to say. Okay, I was just like, what is happening? I swear to God. You. Oh. You. Fight part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. This stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. Damn. And Peach called it that. Too bad, but we're not the Danganronpa universe, so blood is not pink. From blood to peaches, Judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. I would not say that that color was peach pink. I really would not, frankly. Problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out that something should have been there. Something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stain? I don't think that anything's supposed to be there instead of it. I just think that this is supposed to be there. Supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Oh, she did? Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place, and saw that statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there! But when I went there, the day after the theft, a statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally? Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. Ha! In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? I don't think they moved it. I think that the photo was taken the night before. Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you prepared with your answer. Alan, who was the one that moved the golden statue in the night of the crime? Well, it has to be him. It wouldn't be anyone else, so... Why he moved it? My only guess would be that he moved it because he knew the photo didn't have the statue, so he figured if he moved it after the fact that no one would notice? Question mark, question mark, question mark? The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atme. Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple, however. Why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? Moving the golden statue, here's where our battle will begin. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. I think I'm right. I think I'm right. I think I'm a genius. You know, not to brag, but when I was a kid, I was like obsessed with Scooby-Doo, which I probably have mentioned since I talk about it every time it's my birthday. saying that me and Scooby-Doo share a birthday, September 13th. So, you know, I was a big Scooby-Doo fan, so naturally by way of that, I've always been a big mystery fan. I think it was Scooby-Doo, then subsequently this other, like, teenage book series. I forget what, like, the name of it was called. I had to look it up. It was, like, this kid who, like, solved crimes. And then after that was Sherlock Holmes, was, like, the order of my obsessions. And I wanted to be a detective, I think, like, the entirety of... I want to say like third or fourth grade, and I was like obsessed with mysteries. I read every mystery book that you can think off the top of your head. I assuredly read it, but I will say I did not care. I did read some of the there's like the lady one. I forget what her name is, but I did not care about those. Yeah, so you could say that I'm pretty practiced when it comes to solving crimes. I'm just gonna say that. You know, any Scooby-Doo book, I picked it up and I'd be able to solve it within, you know, as soon as they presented enough people that it could possibly be. You know, as soon as they present the person that was the criminal, I could solve it for you. Easy squeezy, lemon peasy. I'm a genius. Anyway, look at me, you pretended to be masked star to mask to create an alibi by showing you were at a Lordly Taylor that night. That you were at Lordly Taylor that night, but this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. Such you had been there, your lie would be exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore. What? That is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw. Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie? Oh shit. Just where in this picture does this lie exist? Sorry, what there's a single flaw. Fatal flaw. Wouldn't it be the paint? Because there should be a statue here? Is that what they're asking? Didn't most Scooby-Doo episodes use some random dude that showed for a couple seconds on screen time as the culprit all the time? Yes! And that's exactly how you could solve it. It's the same for the books too. It's always like the most unsuspecting character is gonna be the character that it is, without fail, like almost every single time. So they weren't hard to solve at all. That was mostly a joke, but I was pretty good at solving crime stuff. I think the only crime book I never figured out right away had to be And Then There Were None, I think is the only mystery book I've never solved before the end. I think it's the only one, I'm pretty sure. So, I should reread Sherlock Holmes. I will say this time and time again, but writing a good mystery genre is the hardest to write. It is the hardest to write. Only it's a lot easier when you do it in television shows because you can like show many things that don't need to be explained by text. But if you're writing it out, and even in comic form too, you know, there's like, you have to describe everything and you have to somehow hide in those words the hints that you need for people to solve it, but then also have them discreet enough that they can't, like, they don't see it immediately. And then have everything be interconnected and stuff. So I will always say that writing a mystery is the hardest genre. Anyway, so they're asking what about this photo is wrong. The reason why Amy moved it is in this photo. Wouldn't it just be because it shouldn't be here? Am I stupid? Wouldn't it just be because it shouldn't be here? I feel feel like I might be being dumb. And it shouldn't it not be, because it's not there. The lie in this photo is somewhere around here. Jumping to conclusions again. Thinking you take a gander in your local mirror. As the Yiddish proverb goes, a half-truth is a whole lie. Keep lying this, you'll be the one on trial. Oh man, now they're calling me a liar? Oh shit. The question is, why was the statue moved, right? For some reason the culprit didn't want the statue in the picture. At least that's what I thought. I'll ask you again, Mr. Trite. Just where in this picture does the lie exist? Okay, I guess it's the date, but it's, you know, it's not like a date, but you know what I mean. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Amy went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to be at, impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time. Okay, so that's what I thought, because the timestamp doesn't have a date, so he took the photo beforehand. I told you guys, I told you. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed besides the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down in the warehouse on the day of the crime. It was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Amy had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't been brought down to the basement's warehouse yet. Ah, so on the day of the crime, Mr. Amy must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. What? Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Amy had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in the photo. His photo. Ah! Order! Miss Amy, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? Well, what's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Ah! Order, Mr. Godot! What is the meaning of this? No, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. Promise to drink no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop. Our defense is a very good point. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on the road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So they say this photo was taken ahead of time. That the statue was moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea, however. There's one point that can't be denied. Which is... Also, hi Nox. I didn't say hi. That's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? There's no funny business in your there's no funny business in your actions of mask star to mask. There should be no problem. with you telling us your strategy, so let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn. I first received the request from Lolly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Zavari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zavari. Zavari. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, time to push. Time to push. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right? Indeed. Seemed that they had heard of my Zavarkling reputation. I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. Better watch out too, Maya. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh. Interesting new tidbit. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance of to that warehouse. However, I, Luke at me, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. You mean this calling card? That's right, that is, without a doubt, my calling card. Guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course, because Emmy knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. Then no one entered the basement warehouse? Fortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. And this is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. Hey Nick, if this photo's a fake, Detective Amy might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. You need to take a good hard look at the court record. Not a lot to go on, is there? The detective's been covering his tracks. There's only one thing we need to prove in this cross-examination. They took this photo well before the actual night of the crime. Alright then, how do we do that? There's one thing that Amy stated very clearly, that he had never seen the urn before he stole it. We need to prove that he's lying. Okay. See the... But it's not valuable. And why would it be 10 days beforehand? I guess you would only know that if it was on the, If it was on the thingy. How did he know beforehand? I guess it could have been him sending the card for sure, not a lie. Because if he was doing it to like pretend that he's there, it makes sense. I don't know why 10 days though. That's the only value of treasure. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. The urn was placed in a box. The bar was then sent to the warehouse. Plus, okay, well, they gave us a very big hint. It's somewhere in the... I didn't see it until that time. They definitely did not. Purloin. Fucking SATs. Held the urn for the first time. How am I supposed to know? Unless he like... "14 days ago, 20 days ago, 14, 10. But I don't know. Okay, here's my thought process, alright? So, the vase got broken 2 weeks ago, right? So the paint's on it 2 weeks ago, right? Right. And then he was hired 20 days ago. So there's like a whole week, basically, where, you know, he could have seen the vase at a normal time. And then the calling card was at the 10 days, so it was for sure after when the vase got broken. But would he have taken the photo beforehand? That wouldn't make sense, right? So it had to be after that, like within the 10 days. Right? And then he hadn't seen it until he held it for the first time at 1 a.m. So I had other thoughts, and those thoughts are absolutely gone. They're gone. I no longer have thoughts, actually. Kept out of sight. Hold on. No, he had seen it. Unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. Herm. Most priceless work are on display in your Treasures of Karain exhibit. I feel like I might be stupid. Me like 5 minutes ago, I'm a genius, I'm so smart. Me like 2 minutes later, I've never known anything in my entire life, actually. I don't know a single thing. Herm. Okay. So, we're assuming that he has seen it before then, right? Or he's had to seen it himself, which means he had to have opened the box or touched the box in some way, right? So, he should know that so he's looked at it after it's been broken. Okay, hold on. My brain needs to fire on all cylinders for this one. Alright, so... okay. So, after the vasel's broken, put together, right? It looks terrible. It says Ami, not I am. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. It looks way better than it did before. Despite the paint splotches on it. And, so we must know in some way that it now looks like this instead of the other way, I'm guessing. Right? 10 days beforehand. It would have, so it had to... Right, so he definitely knew that it looked like this if he had taken it out before the crime. Which I don't understand why it's important to say that, but he was unable to see it before the day of the crime. But he had to. But he had to. I'm stupid. I'm actually dumb. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. Mr. Ami, if you really are Master Artemask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Master Artemask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, I was literally, like, in my head saying, like, literally, like, I think I just explained it, like, 4 separate times that he knew that it was broken and had the paint on it. I literally said that, like, 4 times before oh my, never mind. Never mind, don't worry about it. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true, but so what? Truth be told, there's no way that Master Artemask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say, an error-prone human. She looks so upset. And that's when the paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. Yet this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Amy had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. Because this photo is a fake. Your alibi for the night of the murder was no longer holds water. Goodbye. What was that? But like, he could have just gone to look at it. You know what I mean? Like, he could have just looked at it. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He is broken. Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Ha! It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was masked star to mask. And now, we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way, don't fall for that too, Your Honor. Say that Luke Amy was the one who killed Kane Bullard? Let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright? Motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest? Nick, he's getting his second wind. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron DeLite, as you say, then he must have a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron DeLite. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. No. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us to as what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Old Timer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. I, Luke Adme, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Star to Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron DeLite. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. DeLite for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is masked Star to Mask. That is why Mr. DeLite saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant? This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. Handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. What? Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. Huh. Bam, bam. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. Doing a thorough background check of Detective Amy and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. DeLite. Mistook. That's right, mistook. From the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error. That wasn't what I meant. Just who did the victim mistake mask to be? Why, the answer's obvious. Rondelite, of course. Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face. Oh, sure, we'll press harder. Why not? Why would they mistake the defendant for Master Damask? Don't you already know that? Zavari, take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's the famous Tear of Amenon, a magnificent jewel. The photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant? The victim clearly misread this article in Zavari. He got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Master Damask. I see. That was an unusually reasonable deduction. I guess. It's really Cow. You mean this blackmail letter right here? Says bring $50,000. The handwriting is without a doubt the victim's. There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. But I don't see an addressee on this anywhere. An addressee? This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment. And Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. Oh my god. The fact that there is no addressee is irrelevant. I wonder. What's up, Nick? Just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? Whoa. Do you have any evidence of that? For some reason I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? What do you mean by that? Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Zavari. KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. Since I was the security chief, he stole data from the company. Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delight, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief. Here's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail. However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money, even though he wasn't actually Master Damask? At that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. Do you really think that story is gonna hold up? This assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I hear a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Ronnie thinks he's Master Mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't. Oh, please don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think of him badly. Ha. Well, Mr. Trite. Was he trying to act like Mr. Delight Ms. Delight just now? I think it's actually pretty convincing. Now that's just her imagination talking. Come now, Sir Lawyer. I'm afraid imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction, the result of carefully applied reasoning. Can we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves? It's a long story and better save for another time. Very well, another time. Those so-called long stories aren't usually all that long. At least not in my experience. So you're gonna try to connect Detective Amy to Mr. Bullard, right? Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery either. What? In that case, you'll have to talk about the blackmail. That's true. I feel like this game is a lot more, forgiving. Like, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's the blackmail letter. Since we don't have enough information, you should press him for more testimony. Maybe I'll be able to shake some contradictions loose that way. Pretty sure I pressed all of these, right? Let me see what evidence I have. Well, I know I have to present the blackmail letter, so that's definitely it, because they made it pretty damn obvious that's what I have to do. Don't want to extradite any reals to the world. Come to KB Security at 1 AM on October 12th and bring $50,000. You don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Let's see. No thoughts, head empty. I feel like, even though they've made it more obvious, I feel like I'm still struggling as much as I usually do. I don't know, do people find these games like easy? Are there people out there who are like, the first time they play it, they're like, ah yes, I understand everything. It's all coming together. So I feel like it's pretty obvious how to figure out who done it, but it's hard to figure out what the pathway to getting there is. Okay, so my thoughts right now are that we know he wrote this letter, right? Right? Okay. The red diamond, right? He has the top of the red diamond, and Mr. Atme has a red diamond, right? And he could have taken it off Mr. Delight, right? But the thing is that I think he's only stolen these 4 things so far. and then quote unquote the vase or whatever, right? And the only thing here is the tear of Emanon, which was stolen. He said the other day, right? The other day. And that was like the first thing that was stolen because it literally says it was the first height was the gem. So it could. So I don't think that Ron stole a red gem the other day. I think that Luke at me did steal it, but when and where and why and how, I don't know. I just don't think it was sent to him, and I know we have to present this because Maya was very obvious that I have to do that. Oops, wrong button. How do I present? E. Alright. Let's see what hippity happens. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Amy? This has to be it, because obviously he's like, and the proof is right here. Usually if it's wrong. Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. You said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight. Couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. A contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. We're getting a boxing match together, apparently. Shows the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Okay, it's not having me point at the thing in the letter, which is like the recently. So I think we just say because the first heist was weeks ago and it had to be a new heist. I feel like there's some other thing. Like, there's some other thing connecting here that my brain is not, like, getting. Because I keep getting mixed up, I feel. First heist. So, he has the thing, but the other guy doesn't have the thing. I don't know. I know it's this. He thought that it was... No, because he said he thought it was him. Maybe. I don't know. I'm confused. My brain hurt. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the tear of Emanon, the stolen jewel. But what about it? The problem is this jewel's color. The color? The color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, the blackmail letter, totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Which means, the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tear of Emanon that Master Artemis stole at all. I knew it was because it was the color, not the time. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Your point is, Mr. Trite. So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else? That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, is that what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Yes. This is who Cain Bullard was actually blackmailing. Well, it literally can't be anyone besides him, and I already think it is him, so yeah, duh. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single mass star-to-mass case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen. Oh. Oh, I forgot about that entirely. And received a jewel. Okay, I was wondering where the hell he got that from. As your reward. A jewel? Like to vape? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Ah! Order on the court. What do I say? It seems you've gone too far with the childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Uh-oh. I don't like the way he said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atme? Are you for real? Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does say that. We all read it like 80 times. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret, so just what was that identity? Okay, that I actually have no fucking idea. Atme killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep a secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke Atme wanted to keep so desperately keep a secret. The identity that Luke Atme wanted to so desperately keep secret was his identity as... Oh, a blackmailer. Oh yeah, duh. Luke Atme was a blackmailer. I fucking already called that like an hour ago. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one... Oh shit. You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that? Ugh, you have to admit that does sound a little odd. It's not odd, it's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Ron DeLay was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Eminon heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. Received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case? That would mean that Ron DeLay was actually masked out a mask. This is what we are claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. DeLay steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme. Dun dun dun. Shh. Silence. Now I see. It's all becoming clear. Oh, what is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with the tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you... So that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron DeLay. In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Mask Star to Mask. Well, yes. Okay, this I remember from last time. This I already deduced last time. I'm ready for this. Ron DeLay started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Good point. You certainly could have blackmailed him otherwise. Okay, this one I deduced like 80 years ago when he told us about that. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know that Ron DeLay was Mask Star to Mask? Easy! I already said this. He knew it was him because it was a fucking dead-end alleyway when he changed into a security guard. You'd have to be a damn idiot. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief, trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Rondelay in his guard uniform. Seems that masked Artemis didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, Masked Artemis is really Rondelay. What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Masked Artemis? Not like that. Looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. Can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. But a fraud. Trying to pass himself off as an ace detective. Why you? How dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I've never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud detective, ace detective, and also Masked Artemis. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. Why you? How dare you even dare? Cloud files successful, yes. Why not tell me yourself with those big mouths? You're all fools. Fools, I say. None of you can compare to my genius. You're really just jealous. So gone. Just disgrace me. Commemorate me. There's no ace detective cannot handle blackmail murder threats, so we'll get away with all of it. It's enough to make one laugh. Whew, not a damn clue what he just said. You know? We'll see we finally arrived at the real answer. It was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Bella, please prepare yourself for Mr. Atme. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Let me just say one thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. Appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor that night of the murder. That's right. That's why he was the one who killed the Mr. But... there's still one thing you've yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for a man was at KB security. Then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No way! Aw, dude, I thought I finished this. What the frick, you frack? Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright, this is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night. But can you really prove that? That's long enough, Mr. Trite. I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atme. Oh my god. Was that KB security in the defense? Alright, can I prove it? The mask was at the other place. The mask... Let me look at the court record. Lol. gonna say that no, you can't. I'm gonna say no. I think I only have stuff that shows that Ron was there. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that we can't prove it. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But we hear more of Detective Amy's testimony. Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Can't I? But I can call him as a witness, can't I? He can be my witness now. Right? Dang. I don't know how a court of law works. And you fail to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as mass start a mass. No. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as mass start a mass. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron DeLice will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Okay. Order on the god. That's enough. Liberation over this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and... By then it'll be too late. Huh? But why? Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be found, tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to the witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Abney was found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as mass start a mass, which means... he will be innocent as far as the murder of Cain Bullard is concerned. No way! The fact that you are unable to prove Mr. Atmey's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Cain Bullard's murderer. What? Now there's nothing I could possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atmey, will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today, and as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of the witness. I guess you wouldn't be able to. No, wait. Oh yeah, I guess he wants more testimony. No, he should still be able to, shouldn't he? Like, ask for his own testimony, maybe? I don't know, I'm not a lawyer. Are there any objections? And I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atmey. I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you? Phoenix, it's me, Mia. You forgot what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. But that voice! No way! Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia! This is the true power of the Korean channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You've cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but... Fortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Well, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins in the end after all. I'm the ace as well as Master Mass. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he is the true murderer. I thought that with a full force of my ace detectiveness. I thought I was gonna do the rant again. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Ah, nothing. Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. You think such falsehoods will do anything to me, look at. Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godot, what are you? Very well then, Mr. Look at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine in your earlier remarks. The defendant would like to hear why did you declare the defendant to be the true murderer? So please, give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Master to Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. Oh my god, this is so much testimony. Jesus Christ. In the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. Testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? Police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Grr. Are you going to make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Lou Admi's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a sec, just one chance? Ha. Seems that the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix. Pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out the case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Cup number 17. The last cup. Seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. I had to find a fatal contradiction in his testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Oh boy, great. I love having one chance. Awesome. So that way I have to redo this entire section if I mess up. Not that it would matter, because even if I didn't have one chance, and I had many, I would still only have one chance because I only have 3 parts of my health left. Well then, Mr. I, please begin your final cross-examination. Alrighty, let's take a look-see here. Let's take a real close look-see. Okay, contradiction. True that I was not at Lordly Taylor. Correct. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. We can't prove anything about that. I know about the day beforehand. True. The brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Rondelay. No, but so untrue, don't know if I can prove it. True. Untrue, don't know if I can prove it. True. I guess true. Irrelevant. She sounded, which means the killer sounded it. Yeah, I guess. Mr. I was wearing his mass starter mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. True. I don't think this is true, but I don't think I have any. I don't know if there's a way to show this at all. Okay, no. What? This doesn't even make any sense. Okay, this wouldn't matter. Okay, so definitely not the first 3. Maybe 4. Not 5. Not 6. Or 7. Or 8. What was my other option I was considering? I guess this is the deduction clues. Okay. So he made this deduction based on these different pieces of evidence. This one makes sense. This one also makes sense. And this one makes sense. And this one makes sense. Because he read the report. I think because, and this is only because he made specific mention of the report. Which is why he would know that other stuff. right? I think that I know he was there. No, he didn't write that letter to him, did he? No, he wrote that to him, but oh my god, I don't know. I think this is it. And okay, duh, because like duh, it has to be one of these. So I think it's either this one or this one. I mean, it's called Tear, and it'd be pretty hard to mistake that. Like, why would a tear be red? He didn't leave any prints, it's true, when he was leaving his outfit. Oh my god, this is so hard! Oh my god, okay, what were my thoughts here? I had a thought about this. Because like the thing is, in my head, I keep getting it mixed up because I'm like I know he was there, but my head keep being like, oh no, but he wasn't there. I don't know why that is, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying to prove that he was there, so he would know this because he was in fact there. Not that he wasn't there and we're trying to prove the other part of the case, I think is what the issue is. So if he was there, I feel like I'm on like the border of something here. Okay, brain, come on. Think better thoughts. I know you can do it. If I hit present, it's not gonna like immediately kill me, right? Because I want to look at something, but I don't know. I don't think it will, but okay, I know what my okay. I figured out what the hell my thoughts were doing earlier. Oh my god. Okay, here's what I was thinking. Jeez Louise, I literally dropped that thought out of my brain. Okay, so here's my thought. All these other factors were, talked about, like, in the report just now. Or we talked about them in court right now during his previous cross-examination, right? But the fact that he was wearing this outfit was not mentioned in either of those, right? I don't think it was mentioned while he was here, right? Maybe? I don't think so. I don't think it was mentioned while he was here. And he would only know, because it wasn't in the report, because he wasn't there during the report, right? So obviously Ron DeLay would not be in the report because he had already left. He would not know that he was wearing that outfit unless he had been there. I guess you can't just assume he was gonna go there, maybe. Sure, whatever. Sure. Mr. Atme, about this last remark. Oh, shit. Oh, God. You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. Fuck! Negative fuck. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Atme, seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. DeLay was wearing his masked Star-to-Mask outfit, is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. Got him. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn that fact? Ron DeLay was dressed as Masked Artemis when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, It was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should have known this are those who had been watching the trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There is no way that you should have known about that. Ah. You are in the next courtroom, being tried as Masked Artemis. So then, enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Oh, well. Come on, this detective must have known about it. Probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And it's those chances that I wanted to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Masked Artemis outfit. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out. Only one? One way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme. With that statement, I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Oh my god, who could have seen that coming? Detective Atme, you saw Masked Artemis at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. Oh my god, is there an earthquake? What is happening? Oh my god, is he launching? Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Masked Artemis in order to escape his true crime. To that end, he came up with his plan to use the double jeopardy rule in making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me? I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, and besmirching him with the title of a murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. I know you never committed any murder. That's right, I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Masked Artemis! So, thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Oh my god, he just turned the whole situation around! Holy shit! Oh my god, he's playing 5D chess! I take it all back! Now you mention it. I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? And it says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. Then it can never be tried twice for a crime which he was once found to be innocent. Then Master Mask is really innocent? It would seem so. For now. For now. Yeah, as long as he doesn't commit any more crimes, you know? Like, he's gonna be under a strict watch. Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty. Okay, he wasn't found guilty of stealing this treasure, and he wasn't found guilty of you know, murder. But what about the other things he stole that he admitted to? And what about the fucking theft at the company? Hello? Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Master Mask after all. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya isn't calling me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. On the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Kurain channeling school? I mean the master. It means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Sorry, there's a bug. Shoot. Well then, see you around. Mia. Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all this has happened. Come on, just be happy already. Maya. You've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Master to boot. But, in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master to Mask? Did it all for one reason, for her. You mean her wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why you became Master to Mask? Yes, but it's all over now. Broken bowl can never be put back together! That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? No! If anything we learned from this trial is that a broken vase can never be put back together correctly ever again. It will always look fucked up. Be fine, and Nick can prove it. I can? Kinda wish you would check with me first. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Not well, but I guess it can be put back together. Sacred Urn. Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife, she always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Miss Delight. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master to Mask either. Miss Delight, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie wouldn't declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love a man who is so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desi. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. Feel my face going red. Oh my god.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations!
Talk about bad timing.
Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya!
No, we got.
I'll never give you, never ever!
Oh my god. Is she going crazy? Just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together, but I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Oh, that's cute. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Yeah, it was put back together pretty shittily, huh? Wait, we never got a reaction out of Godot though. Oh my gosh, she looks so cute! Oh my god! She looks so cute! So... let me see. Hold on. Where am I? Okay. I'm saving over here. Alright. 3 hours in. Squad has no reason for parole on the trial. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. It wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. Who is this? The evidence testimony we've seen and heard are conclusive. The victim was alone at his table when he drank from that poisoned coffee cup. No, you're wrong. I know what I saw. I saw. Saw someone else there, a man. He's the real killer. What is happening? Why won't anyone believe me?
Well,
I said it pretty much wraps this case up, wouldn't you? Mr. Wright? This court finds the defendant guilty. Oh my god, his first guilty? What the fuck? This court is adjourned. What the hell just happened? We skipped over Christmas! Ah, the start of a new year always makes me feel like I can take on the world, the whole world. Bet it does, Maya.
So we've decided that our resolution should be Zavari, take on the world. What do you think?
Sure, whatever, Maya. But I think maybe you should have had more than enough mistletoe cake. I think you've had more than enough mistletoe cake. What the hell is isn't mistletoe poisonous? Mistletoe cake. Cake. Mistletoe cakes. Is it just a cake that like has like the look of mistletoe? Mistletoe poisonous. Still the recent full story, blah blah blah. I don't care about the full story, just tell me the shortened version. Mistletoe, what happens to you mistletoe? Mistletoe, stop. I don't care. Mistletoe is poisonous, although it is doubtful as to whether it will actually cause death. All parts of the plant are toxic, as berry, stem, and leaves. The mistletoe plant contains phototoxin and viscotoxin, which are both poisonous proteins when ingested. With over 1,500 varieties of mistletoe in the world, some are more toxic than others. What the hell is mistletoe cake? Is Maya gonna die? Oh shit, my phone. Never. You've gotta eat a lot of cake during New Year's. It's practically a tradition. Like watching the fireworks on TV or playing a board game. Hey, pal. Oh god. Detective Gumshoe. Happy New Year, Detective. Likewise. Now listen up, right? I wanna... Here's to another fruitful year of lawyer-police cooperation. Oh yeah, me too. Alright, pal, you've got some explaining to do. Have you got a holiday present for me, Detective? What? Well, I have this. It's really nothing much, but, Yay! Thanks! Look, pal, we need to have a talk. Take a seat. Hey, what about Pearly? You haven't forgotten her present, have you? No, I mean, yes. I mean, no, are you doing this on purpose? Haha, guess I'm busted. How'd you like my first practical joke of the year? Very funny, pal. Now let's see how funny you think it is when I show you this. What is it? Magazine? Hey, I want to see. Deadly poisoning brings guilty verdict. Defense attorney Wright trounced? Trounced? Let me see that. Defense attorney gave an almost childishly amateur performance yesterday. What the heck is this? It's a report, pal, about you. Listen to this. Mr. Wright must take full responsibility for the ruling in this case. Well, and don't tell me you don't remember anything about it. But I don't remember anything about it. When was this issue from anyway? December of last year, which I guess makes it last month. Which makes it old news, you mean? But I wasn't involved in a poisoning case in December. So what do you think this is all about, Nick? If it wasn't you, pal, then at least only one possibility. No way! You don't mean... a phony Nick? This must be Gumshoe's idea of a joke. Guess he's starting off the year with one, too. So, what are you gonna do about it, pal? What do you mean? What am I gonna do about it? Well, it's your fault that the judge found the defendant guilty in this case. My fault? How do you figure that? Because the Phoenix Wright is super famous now. Well, maybe only sort of. Yeah, see what happens when you just start getting too full of yourselves. But I didn't do anything wrong. At least not that I can remember. You better make this right, pal. Now. And that means taking the case back to court. Got it? Sounds like we've got our first case of the new year. Let's tackle it with gusto. I don't know. The judge already issued a guilty verdict once in this case. It's not going to be easy to get it overturned. I guess that New Year's resolution is going to have to wait until next year. So you're taking the case, right? Good. I'm gonna head over to the courthouse then. After that, I'll go back to the precinct, drop by if you need something, okay, pal? What the hell? Guess people are starting to know the name Phoenix Wright. Client entrusted a case to me based on my reputation. I guess I'm kind of responsible. But why would someone want to impersonate me? What sort of a guy would do that? And how? How the freaky frack? I mean, like, I do understand, actually, how the judge could possibly mistake a guy disguised as me for me. I'll be totally honest, but, you know, still. I'm trying to decide if I should do... If I should, for once, have a 3-hour stream of this, so that way I can do the examining and the trial next time instead of doing the examining now or the investigation now and then doing the trial next week when I've forgotten everything, because it might go better if I have done it beforehand, because I always stream 6 hours 5 to 6 hours on Friday nights, but you know, if I set the pattern, then it will keep going, you know? Like, it'll be good. Right? Am I not thinking of this correctly? Because then I have the trial, then the next, like, investigation of the trial. So it usually takes me like 6 hours to do half of it, right? Decisions. Well, we already started the case. Okay. I am gonna end it here. And I'll probably restart this first part next time. Maniacs. Cause I guess I'll just go finish moving my stuff out of the way so I can put my desk together. I guess that's what I'll do. So yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you guys next time. I would take a guess and say I'm not gonna stream tomorrow. So if I don't, which I probably won't because I assumedly will not be home, I will see you guys next year. I'll see you guys next year. Oh wait, maybe this works out. What day is next Friday? And next Friday is the 6th, and this case starts on the 6th. Oh my god, it all works out, baby. Okay, well, I guess we'll do that then. Alright, guys, have a good night. Have a good new year, okay? You know, if you gotta, assumedly you'll stay up late, so, you know, make sure you're, get a good rest after that, okay? And, I'll see you guys next year. Ooh. Bye.